kia ora koutou, e te whānau, nau mahara mai, ki te Monday Night Korero, Warriors Fan TV. Kia ora, Tans, how are you?
Kia ora, nice to see you, bro.
Yeah, you too, my friend. Not what we wanted from the weekend, but, you know, that's what it is. Heaps of notes, though, from an interesting game. Your overall view, Tans, how did you see the game? What did you think of the game?
To be honest, yeah, I found it quite underwhelming, to be honest. Yeah.
How so?
Oh, look, I just think, you know, it's been 4 or 5 weeks now where we haven't even hit, you know, the 20-point mark, and it's fine, but it seems like the games are just, it's because they're so alike, you know. It just seems like it sort of seems like a copy and paste version of previous games. It's kind of been the same in the whole month. Look, I think we were due for a loss anyway, and you know, you can't win them all, but yeah, I found it quite underwhelming, actually, the performance. I think there were some players that really stood out. I thought there were some players that maybe didn't, you know, play to their full potential, and I just think there was a few silly, not their errors, and what's the word I'm looking for? Choices. Like this, yeah, I think they made the wrong decisions in some sets.
Yeah, the conditions were definitely not conducive to free flowing rugby league. You know, it's like, it looked like shitty as from the TV, and then at different times when it was pouring down. Sorry, Mez. Hi, you great peeps. Hey, Mez, shop bro. Good to see you, brother. Oh, did I put that on? No, I didn't put it on. Add it to the list. Oh, here they come. Here come the boys. We missed our props. Played well overall. Yeah. Oh no, definitely missed Big Fish. And flip side to that though, Big Joe Tarpany taps. Fuck, he was on. He was just at different times. He was the difference in that game, mate. When he'd go hunting, and just yeah, he was lifting his team when they needed it.
He was out hunting, eh? He was hunting for blood. I should have asked Damien, because I hadn't really seen Tapani like that before, because he was really vocal and really like, I don't know, like angry, like just being like doing all that shit. And I was just like, and I haven't really seen him like
that first before. Half.
Yeah, but anyway, I just, and Canberra was strong. I think their defence was really strong, but so was ours. I was impressed with our goal line defence, but I in our group chat there,
we were on it for a few times. Mate, we were defending our goal line quite a few times. It was just like, holy shit. The 6 agains was like, damn. Sorry, just Miz, Nana Linsink, and Jacko here. So welcome, fellas. Good to see you. It's good to see you on board. Here we go. Another comment from Jericho. Tarpany was getting away. Needed Fish to counter him. Yeah. Ricky told him to get under our skins. Yep. I think for me, the likes of that Tom Starling, the hooker, he was, by the end of the game, I just thought, you're a sack of shit. Just in the glee little stuff that he was doing to our boys, and just kind of, but they were getting like the amount of Tarpany should have got his marching orders, bro. He got away with a couple of shoulder charges, you know, and it's just like, hi, how's it going? Sorry, Greg. Kia ora, Greg. Good to see you, bro. Going good, bro.
I don't even think it was so much his actions, like leading with the shoulder. Like leading with his shoulder a couple of times. It was even his attitude towards the ref on the field. I was like, bro, just shut up. Like, I'm amazed he wasn't sent for just like, bro, just be quiet, man, and be quiet and just play footy. So I'm surprised he didn't get get marched for that, as well as his shoulder charges. But yeah, I just found our boys, like, I don't think boring's the word. I don't know what it is, but yeah, like going out to the left all the time. I mean, if you want to play to your edges, sweet as. I mean, if you want to go to your your outside backs and play that way, sweet. But bro, like, how many times do you need to go out there and in the piss pouring rain? It's like 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work out.
Yeah, and I
So
don't
I
think it
don't
was a
know.
sort of night for bombing, for dropping bombs, because it was like the grubbers, the times we were trying to do grubbers, and they probably weren't as many as they could have. I think that was the far safer bet than trying to get those that set play where they're trying to flick the ball back just wasn't working for us. Hi fam, Zach there. What up, Zach? Good to see you, bro.
I wasn't, but you know what? Usually I'm a really bad loser. I'm a really sore loser, and I'm swearing and cursing at the boys. But last night I was just like, actually, man, I think we deserved to lose, to be honest. Like, I just thought, you know what? Like, yeah, people say defense wins games, and I get that, but bro, like, I don't know what they're doing with their attacking structures, but come on, man, we're third on the table. Like, we've got to start finding ways, and we're in the middle of the season now as well, so the games, are only going to get harder, and even, and we've got some big games coming up. People might write off the Rabbitohs, but any team can win on any given day, and it's showed that this year. So I think Fish and Barney were huge losses. Do I think the outcome could have been different if they were playing? Definitely, because we really missed their strength through the middle, pushing teams back, or them pushing up, should I say. So I think,
they were playing a rushing defense. They were getting up on us pretty fast.
Yeah.
And it was, but both teams were trying it on. How about Tamale at the end there? Who the fuck is that guy? Yeah, he was to be fair though, because I noticed Dylan, because that kid's got a good fend, man, and he kind of like fended Dylan off. Dylan came in for the second shot and got him in the ribs, and I noticed from that kind of play onwards, they had a little bit of a rivalry going on, but he was wrapped by the end of it, and that shit he was giving the crowd was like, well, hey, they won, they can do what the fuck they want, kind of thing. Tuppenny got off with a fine. Starling got a week suspension. Jeez. Yeah, surprise, Jacko. Right, Kelly. Hi guys. Hi guys. I think Hilly should be on the bench instead of Team M. It looked like Dylan Walker on the way Team M played. Yeah.
Hey, look,
that's a good call.
I'm a huge Te Maire Martin fan. Like, I love Te Maire, but I mean, yeah, he can do a job at fullback, but to me personally, he's a halfback, and I think if you're going to give him game time, at least give him decent minutes where he can make a difference, or like when he came on at fullback when CNK got sin binned, he didn't really make an impact, but as soon as he went into the thick of it, he's TMM's quite a cheeky player. He's like that kid that's a tutu. He's a real tutu. He'll get in there so you could see he was trying to make things work. Unfortunately, it didn't eventuate into points, but that's all good, But I'd rather, if you're not going to use him, use him properly, then don't even put him on the bench. You're better off running with 4 forwards or putting Healy in there. But I just think, and Te Maire's not a utility player either. He's a halfback through and through. He can do it, like I said, he can do a job at fullback, but Te Maire's a half, and you either play him or you leave him in cup, because it's no point bringing him on if he's not even going to get those opportunities to use his strength, and his strength is his ball playing skills, in my opinion.
Just that comment from Zach. I think that as well, Jack, RTS should have been put in to fullback. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't. When Senko went to the bin, the fact that Fogarty blitzes TMM when he had fresh legs, would not have been RTS if that was him at fullback. Yeah, Yeah,
but
that's fair enough comment, bro.
yeah, but you can't. Yeah, I mean, he would have scored regardless of who was chasing him. I mean, far out, he had that much open space on the field. Nobody was, like that's what I saw. I was like, no one's going to catch him. Everyone.
Yeah, yeah. And mind you,
And
even their first try. Sorry, I was going to say their first try when the sub Chris kind of flicked it back to Starling, and our line was staggered. It was just like, damn. Usually that inside cover, which has been there for the last month, they found the gap. Was Sebastian Chris found the gap and then just had his mate backing up on the inside. That was frustrating. I was just like, mate, we've managed to hold out on that shit for ages.
And what's up with this taking the 2 points? To be honest, I'm fucking sick of it. I'm, like I know it's one us games, but I'm like, bro, if you're 20 meters out, I think it's one of my pet peeves taking the 2 points where you're 10 or 20 meters out from your own line. It's like, bro, if and I remember Damien always saying risk versus reward, it's like, take the tap, man. Like I can understand if there's 2 minutes left on the clock and, you want to even the squat sweet as, but, can you just, I don't know,
I think with that in mind, when Horsbrough got sent off and we had the extra man, we should have been able to score. Was a bit disappointing that they scored their first try while they were down to 12.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the black and white jerseys? I thought I was watching the Kiwis. Can't wait for Wednesday night, Queensland. What will still makes me angry is those 6 agains, man. Yeah, very much. Oh, I was going to say too. So like on review, done a for penalties across the game. 8 in the first half, 3 to us and 5 to the Raiders. That turned around second half. There were 8 penalties second half, 6 to us and 2 to them. So we actually got more penalties awarded. In the 6 agains, first half, there was 8 6 agains. 13 across the whole game. 8 in the first half, 5 to us, 3 to them. Second half, it switched. We only got 2 6 agains and they got 3, but it was kind of like, what's his name? Adam G. Adam G, the ref, again on review, like watching the game, it was kind of like, fuck, come on, ref, and fucking send someone. But he was actually quite fair. And he probably was a bit too lenient. He could have probably sent a couple more off. But overall, across the game, I don't think he was too bad. I love the jerseys too.
No, I didn't think he was that bad, but that Tom Starling, so everyone knows he knocked that ball on fully. I saw it. I saw it when it rolled. I was like, bro, but all goods. I mean, but yeah, I think Jacko Ford, bro. Like I saw the thing that Ty showed in our group chat and Jackson Ford stats. I mean, that is mean, running over 200 meters, coming off the bench. That's amazing. I thought so. Huge thumbs up to him. Aaron Clark, again, awesome. He hasn't had a bad game this year. And
Aaron Clark lining up Big Papa. Yeah. Those two had a lot of runners, and I was thinking, yeah, that's the one, bro. He was in his face at times. That was good to see. I
thought RTS was our best outside back, or I thought RTS was our best back. And CNK, I love CNK, and I'll never throw shade at him. Yeah, he fumbled the ball. Yeah, he got a sin bin, but Chansey, man, every week guaranteed. He brings the energy. He's got that team first mentality. He's always just in there. Takes 2 carries a set. Like that guy works really hard. So, and it's very rarely that he has a bad game. I mean, he's not one of those flashy, fast fullbacks like Teddy or Paps. He's just him.
He's a grinder, hard working, man. He just gets in.
Yeah.
And any given set of 6, especially if it's Beck's ball, like Chance will do at least 2 hit-ups, and Dylan kind of follows suit. He'll try and get 1 or 2 in there as well. But the commentators did say that the back 5, the Canberra back 5 were just like right from the outset. Their early sets, man, they were just pumping. It was there were shades of Vegas in the way that they were kind of getting out of dummy half and just making those yards. They were definitely making us work. I didn't like some of those Raiders. They're really good. True that, Greg. Kia ora tahi. I saw your thing, bro. Sorry, Tons, what were you saying?
I think we started really well, but then I think there were at times where we started to go too lateral. I don't know what the thinking was there, maybe because we couldn't bust through them, so we thought, oh, well, fuck it, we'll try and go around them, and that didn't work either. And Webby said that in the press conference too, like, like some of the decision making around some of the set plays. I thought Ethan was a bit off in this game. Usually he's real busy, but
who was that?
Egan, I thought he didn't look 100%.
He was milking, not milking, sorry. He was fishing for those marker penalties because there were a couple of times he ran intentionally at the markers, waiting for the ref to call it, and the ref was like, play on. It was like, come on, ref. But like Egan's a gunner that he knows when those markers are not marking up or offside or whatever, and he's always going to push that. Yeah, he got a couple of calls, but he could have got heaps more. Our attackers lackluster. I think Metcalf needs to go deeper in the line before the back door. I do miss Johnson's vision though. HQ, sure. Yeah, but I mean, even Metcalf was trying, bro. Metcalf was trying. What's that, Tom?
Yeah, and I mean, Metcalf, I think Metcalf, like he's learning, and you've heard Webster's said it a number of times, like with the young players, they're learning as they go. And you see with Mets, he's learning as knowing when to run or pass. And I just think our kicking game is down a bit because, Fogarty's got a huge boot on him, just like Birdo, and so when they're lacking in run meters, they make it up with their kicking meters.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I was gonna add to that first half where Big Taps done that crusher tackle on Chance and gets up and the cameras are on him and he's just finished arguing with the ref, but he's like, fucking soft cunts, and he's eyeballing out a lot, and it's just like the camera caught him saying it, and that's when he done that fucking
I
baby thing.
Last night, I actually said in another group chat, I was like, bro, did he just, because I'm sure I heard Tat say F off or something to someone, like you could hear him over the
that was in the second half, and he was arguing with that's when that Starling done he tried to jump over our guys and got nailed. And Fogarty had come in. Fogarty was trying to argue with the ref. Taps was trying to listen to Starling and the ref. The ref told him, if you want to challenge, and he was out of time because Taps turned around and said, what did he say? He told him to fuck off. He told him, fuck up, I'm the captain, not you. And he was talking to Fogarty. But it was on the camera, and it was just like, yeah, he's pissed off. Because then he went hunting after that. Fucking Taps, he smashed a few of our guys after that.
What? I think he was in a really bad mood because I haven't really seen Taps.
Just kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be because he's captain.
They
now.
definitely.
He's kind of stepping in the role. But yeah, I think like as a captain, and especially with a team like the Raiders, they because they're all gelling, and he's finding his way as our captain, but he's always been a top class player anyway. But I liked how he called Fogarty out and stuck it to him, but he stuck it to him in front of everyone, made a real statement about this is my fault, mate.
I actually think when you're captain, or when, I don't know, I don't think it's a good look when team players are fucking telling each other to get fucked on the field. I just think it's not unprofessional. I think it just looks like you guys are breaking down, and maybe the boys should have actually taken advantage of that, because obviously because I thought the case at that time looked like they were imploding. Like you just saw Taps arguing with the ref nonstop. I just thought, boys, you really need to take the Raiders by the horns now and use their frustrations to your advantage. But we didn't. Yeah, and like I said, I think heaps of opportunities. We had heaps
Yep.
of ample opportunities to turn our sets into points, and the boys failed to do that. And they need to sort it out because the season's only going to get harder from now on. Um, you know.
We got a visitor. Kia ora, bro. Sup,
Kia
Nick?
ora.
Yeah.
Hey.
Kia ora, kia ora.
Oh, too much, my bro. How are you, bro?
Kei te pai. How are you guys?
Oh, yeah. Just talking shop, bro, like usual. Talking shop, talking shit.
I thought I'd jump in. Thought I'd jump in before I've got to head off to mahi.
Oh, nice, my bro. Nice. Good to
So
see you, bro.
Yeah, good to see you guys too, man. What have we covered so far?
Oh, as much as we can.
Yeah.
And the boys are jumping in with comments and stuff. Yeah, just getting I guess a broad view of the game, the halves.
I mean, I don't think there's much I don't think there's much we could have asked from our middles, to be honest. You can't really. I don't think you can squeeze more performance out of Bunty, more performance out of Marata. You know, they're not elite middles.
Yeah.
They're first grade middles. They're first grade middles. They're, you know, that first kind of off the back fence from Bunty kind of, I was like, yeah, bro, let's go. Kind of. That's what we need.
Bro. Yeah.
That's a mean hit up. But fuck, Raiders were on, man. They were on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I think like from the Vegas game, like the boys were definitely shutting down the offloads. There were far less offloads than what they usually do. And I think Jacko had said earlier, the Raiders usually score 30 points on the opposition. They have so far this season.
Yes.
So to hold them to 16, we actually done all right. You know.
Yeah.
No,
Shitty weather.
I heard the commentators after the game say that the Raiders, you know, average around 29 points a game. So us holding them to 16, we done well. But yeah, man, I just think they've got to change something because I'm getting bored. I think maybe that might be too harsh of a word, but man, like as I said when we first went live, like it's like a copy and paste. These last 5 weeks, it's like a copy and paste. Like, you know, I don't even know what's the highest we've scored in the last. Well, probably the Cowboys and Manly, but ever since then it's been 16 points, 10 points. You know, like.
I think.
I know what you mean, Tans. Like, but when you have a look at the team, like a lot of our points come from, you know, 4 hit ups. We do 4 1-out hit ups, kick to the corner, keep them down there. You know, that's still been our game plan, and it's been a bit of brilliance from our halves that are still really learning their trade.
Yeah.
You know, like wingers aren't getting. Roger scored. But you know, we're not seeing those kind of shapes that we used to have before.
That was a hard try too, bro. Over his head because he looked like he was going out for all money, bro. So to get it down, I was just like, well done, bro. Well done. Even the way he got up after it, he was like, yeah, no, I got that. I was like, yeah, shot, bro.
I think it was a big ask for Bunty too, because you know, like he plays limited minutes every week, Bunty, or when he even gets, you know, when he does play in first grade, you know. So it was a big ask for him as well, and I think he really went out there and did his job. But
he couldn't have done any more.
Definitely not.
Honestly, we couldn't have squeezed any more out of Bunty.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
But just can't really. Jazz can't freaking stand losing to a team. I think Raiders have really improved. Like, man, who's that winger they got, and he's just busting tackles.
Tamale. Was the opposite Ellen, bro? That young fella, Tamale. He came from the Dragons, apparently, but he was.
Young fella.
Yeah. Like he did make a few mistakes, but by the second half, he was starting to settle into his work. And the yards he was making, he was like, yep, this kid's not too bad. This kid's not bad at all.
No, so you really have to. Yeah, it sucks because, we were knocking on the door, but they just weren't breaking, eh?
No.
Yeah.
They weren't.
And I remember
even when Marata got through, and he got over the line, but he didn't score. But even like that try was scored a couple of times, and they were just. Unfortunately, they were on yesterday.
Yeah. Just a comment from Andrew. Was that the game we just wanted to keep trying to go to our edges? We should have just keep going forward and find that space. Still can't score more points in the second half.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
That's fair enough, my bro. That's fair enough. And I'm way behind on the comments. But yeah, like just the review on the first half when Jacko smashed Hallsworth and he I think they bombed. They kind of fluffed it. Hosking had kind of flicked the ball back over his head, and Hallsworth tried to gather it, but Jacko smashed him. It was like, shot, bro. Kurt picks it up and then scoots away. I was like, nice. That was nice. And even Luca trying to...
We got that mean line break, and there was no support players. And, oh, my gosh, that shit pisses me off. Like, if you get a line break and you've got to have someone go with you, like, Pappenhausen's awesome at it. He does it really well. Teddy's awesome at it. Like, those support players. And it's one of my pet peeves when you get a tackle, like you get through that line and there's no one there to offload to. But hey,
you've mentioned Storm, Roosters. We're starting to see it now with the Knights. Anyone catch the Knights? Whatever that dude's name is with the mullet, who's I think he played. I think he also played in the halves as well as now as fullback. Like I think they kind of train for those sorts of plays.
Sure.
Yeah. One thing I will say though is that this loss it proved to me, and especially without Fish and Barney, is that our ceiling's so high, man. Like we've 4 weeks we've played quite, but it just shows that our that we've got so much room for growth and potential.
Yeah. On that though, I still would like to see Lecker coming off the bench.
Yeah,
I want to kind of come on for 20 minutes and give 100 and give us 100% for the whole 20 minutes instead of managing his energy for the entire 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably an indicator of the way Webby wants to move forward, leading into... I mean, obviously they're in into this season, but the season's to follow. I think he wants to...
he wants to be starting.
Yeah. He's earned the spot. He's definitely earned it.
I know that.
Yeah, and that's just the curse of the bench, whoever our bench players are. It's like those guys, they're only ahead of you because they've got the 80-minute motor or whatever. They can last the entire game. Sorry, bro. Kicking up on comments. Hit the like and quick sub to support the whānau. Oh, yeah, true. Shot. Jazz.
It's like...
Appreciate it.
It's like I've always liked Jackson Ford off the bench too, as long as he doesn't drop the ball. But
and funnily enough, he didn't. I don't think he dropped the ball once. Sunday night. So and I think he topped the meter count for the forwards. So, considering he was, that whole and the what did he do? The young fella, Owen Petty, and Owen Petty broke our line. Jacko collared him. She played the ball, and Jacko was like, "Oh, sweet." Grabbed the ball, was like, "Fucking sweet." I'm glad you were there, brother. Yeah, because the guy was like, "That's happened to us twice this year." I can't remember who else.
That's Coach Killer, man.
Yeah. Because that was a clean break, bro. Yeah,
That's like even under eights. No, wait. Follow
yeah.
the rock.
Look behind.
Look
make
behind
sure
you. Follow
someone's
the
there.
rock.
Yeah.
That's like nah. That's not a good look for our game.
Yeah, no, it's not. Not when you're a top 3 team. We might need to play Laban. Yeah, Laban played all right, bro. He's kind of fired up the last couple of games. He gets out there. He's a bit more aggressive than what he was last year. I've noticed. Laban gets stuck in, bro, and I like that.
Oh.
I do like that.
And oh shoot, no, my blimmin', I didn't bring my charger to my phone. I left it at home. But anyway, Lukey Metz again, that try saver on a bigger man too.
Oh, yeah, heck
you
yeah.
know, oh man,
There was a try for
man.
all money, bro. He was in. Had Lukey not kind of rolled him. Yeah, there was a mean try saving too.
Like, I'm really happy with where we're at on the table. Like, and just in regards to the way we are playing, I'd just like to see something, like, I don't know, a sprinkle of fairy dust, like just a bit of
razzle
something.
dazzle.
Yeah, like just something.
Typical Warriors family. I want to see some. I want to see some eyes up footy, razzle dazzle, no look pass.
Yeah. Like I just want to see something, but. I can't bitch and moan. I'm not going to throw shade at any one player. Like, I just think, things didn't click last night. But I do think we're still growing. Like, I think players individually are growing and also together as a team. But yeah, huge ask to get a dub without Barney and Fish. I mean, they're the ones that get us that forward momentum up the field. And so not having them, bro. And the Raiders limiting us to like under 30 meters, a few sets there. Oh, mate. Yeah.
Yep. No, it's all of that. It's all of that. And, missing someone like Fish who just brings aggression. He does the hard carries. When he's with Penrith, he was always doing those real tough carries.
Yeah.
You kind of see glimpses of it at us. I just wish he'll get some bloody games in a row is all.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Because when he's on, everyone else is kind of lifted.
Yeah. So just Zach's comment, I would say it's building up to be a spectacular in the finals, especially when we verse the Raiders. Oh, I hope so, bro. Come the playoffs, I hope we do play those clowns again, and just the whole, play the best. If you want to be the best, you got to play the best, and you got to beat with their own game. Man.
It'll be good if we had a full strength team. They've got a full strength team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they only won by a try. But like you said as well, Towns, I think you said you're getting bored, but I think it's getting kind of to the part of the season where, like, I wouldn't say we're one-dimensional, but I think other teams looking at us going, all right, so we've just scraped these wins that they're really gritty wins. So, it's a bit of a tough one because there's not many places where points are coming.
If
you play high percentage, against us, don't make any mistakes. Yeah, like what Raiders are doing, you should get easy dubs.
Yeah. I mean, just frustrating. Like, I just want to see. I just think we're better than that attacking, and I think we're in a better attacking team than what we have been. Even though we've been winning games, which is fantastic, but I still think we've got so much more to offer. I think we've got so much more to offer than what they're putting out there now. So that's and in hindsight, I think that's a really good thing. And I really hope the tides start to turn now and we just kick it up another level in our attack, because I think our defence is pretty good. Like, I'm not too fussed about our defence. 3 tries, mate. Fuck, all goods.
That's true. Against an attacking scary back five like that.
Yeah. Man, and
3 tries is actually impressive.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack. I was going to say that. Jacko, probably more referring to last year, bro. But there have been games this year where he's kind of dropped it cold a couple of times. And it's just like, that's the Jacko we all love and fucking remember. Clark was on fire. Yeah, bro. Clark was definitely on fire. Sorry if I've skipped comments here, peeps. Just chucking them on. We were drew or loss anyways. Onto the bunnies now. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. I think having a loss now. I don't want to lose games, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like we're ticking. We're just scraping through these games, scrape through these games, and it's good to have a loss. It's good to kind of like reset, because if we had another win, it would be like, yeah, we've had another win, but now maybe, I think there's a lot to take away from that game. The video boys are going to just be picking up on a lot of shit in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too. Sorry, Tons. That ugly pass. One of our set plays we went wide, and it skipped Rog. Rog went to flick it back inside, but he let it roll dead. And lucky he did, because there were like 3 Raiders there. And I was just like, yeah, no. Thanks, bro. Thanks for using your noggin. Because had he kind of chased it, flicked it back, they would have scooted away, bro. But that's where their defense was just right on top of us at times. And it was just like,
But
I'll tell you what, though. Go, Tons.
No, you go, bro.
I'll tell you what, though. They're going to be fucking missing Fogarty next year, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, his kicks were on
massive
point,
loss.
bro.
He was outstanding.
He's a huge loss. Yeah, no, he was.
He's a huge loss.
Yeah.
And even in the times when he wasn't kicking the ball, the way he was running those lines is just like, this guy's, wherever he goes, he's going to add value to that Roosters roster. Yeah, he's gonna slot straight in, bro. Oh, is he going to Manly?
Going to Manly.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Manly. I mean,
to the Roosters. Oh no, all good, sure.
But
wherever he goes, he's going to be good, bro. He's going to be
wherever he goes, man. He's quality.
Yeah, he is. He doesn't get enough. I don't think he has enough respect from like all the all those NRL media personnel people. Like, I think he's dope, and I really noticed it last season with him, because I remember saying to Damien even last year, I was like, bro, has his boot always been this good? Because I'm sure last year Fogarty just took it to a whole nother level, like really upped his kicking game. And I think that's where we fell short last night is, like just our long kicking game. I think we fell short a little bit there. Well, that's what it looked like to me. And I think, there's some teams that struggle to kick themselves out of trouble. Like when you're limited to only making, 20, 30 metres a set, you want to have a really good boot on you to get you at least some territory. And I don't think we did that well enough, because I remember a couple of sets where Raiders started on their 30 metre, started on their one set they started in their, on their 40s. So, little things like that proved quite costly at the end of a game.
Yeah.
Jacko. Sorry, Nick. Sorry, bro. Jacko, it was pissing down our tech. We'll get better. I think start to see a difference after last bye round. Yeah. That's what we're all backing on, bro. That's what we're all backing on. Did Egan look a little injured in the game? Oh, don't know, did he? Don't know. He was sniping. He was definitely trying to snipe. Mind you, the Raiders were also that whole I'd said it earlier, but like the times when Egan was trying to get those penalties, because the Raiders their markers were blocking us big time. And just kind of whether or not that Adam G was sharp on it or not, he definitely wasn't calling them when he could have. Don't know if he was injured though, bro. Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking about that, Tahi, and I think I just thought of a different perspective. I think it just, once again, going back to Fish and Barney, how they get that forward momentum. So I just think maybe Egan he had too much work to do, because he had to obviously kind of find a platform to, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, not having his forward pack there, so he had no one to really play on the back of. And I mean, Ford was awesome. Bunty did a job, but, there was that. So maybe it just looked like he wasn't getting or wasn't playing the way he usually does, because he didn't have that. Yeah. That.
Definitely weren't.
Yeah.
We definitely weren't rolling down the field like we are kind of
Yeah.
accustomed to sometimes. They
Mm.
were a lot of times they were rolling down the field. So our defense was good, but man, they were getting those rolls on pretty well. I will say one thing though. I thought Dimitrik had a very, very, very quiet game. I don't know. Did he even come on? I'm pretty sure he was on there, but I don't remember.
Yeah, no, he was. He was on, bro.
I don't remember much of the young lad.
Yeah, I agree, Nick. Actually, he did. I didn't notice him on there either. To be honest, I noticed Laban when he came on. He done some hard carries.
Yeah.
But yeah, these next two games. I mean, the boys are going up against Eden in 2 weeks, so that is going to be.
It'll be a big one.
Really, and I hope Barney's. I freaking hope Barney's here for here for that game, because I'm going to love to see Adam getting smashed by Fish and Barney.
Yeah, that'll be hard.
Pretty hard to put down, cuz. He's pretty hard to put down. I think they're. I think the Sharkies getting beat is typical Sharkies. I think come off a storm win. Hey, that's typical Sharkies. Hey, they're like come off a massive storm win.
Yeah.
And then they get beat on the weekend. Fuck, who did they get beat by? Did they get beat by the Roosters?
Yeah, bro. I think they got tails up. Just like,
and the Roosters got beat the week before, but you could tell the Roosters' confidence is starting to rise, man.
Funny you say that, Nick. I was looking at the ladder today, and I was like, oh yeah. And I think it might. Well, I'm hoping that the ladder, the top 8 now, kind of remain the same. The only team I can see getting into that 8 would be the Roosters. Yeah, Roosters and Cowboy. Yeah, Roosters. Especially with their lineup. I mean, god damn, Roosters team's stacked with with quality players, man. And the good thing is for the Roosters, not many of them have gone to Origin. I mean, I think you got Robert Toya. Oh, bros. And Origin, I want to watch Jesse Arthurs tomorrow night, even though I hate Queensland. But solid call up for the bros.
Yeah, good on them. Good on them for earning it. Good on them. Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to read this one. Not a wake-up call. We got beaten by a better side. Nas Williams. Tomato, bro. I actually thought we could have snuck in right at the end. But yeah, they were more fired up. We were in it. We were definitely in it. You could tell by that.
We didn't look like winning the game.
They kept us out. Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess technically speaking, then they are the better team. Fuck them.
I'm gonna have to bounce you guys. My muckles I need to get in there by my muckles, mum and dad. But I'm gonna have to bounce. Sorry guys, but far out.
Give me a score for the Rabbitohs.
I've got to go and check these kids out. I think we'll get the dub over the Rabbits. They've got a lot of losses out to Origin. And I'm actually going to go 30 points, 30-20 to the Warriors for this game.
Bunnies, 30-20 to the Warriors. I like that. Short times. Thank you for that.
No, thank you guys. Sorry I have to bounce. Ladies, everybody, with a main night and up the Blues and Warriors all day, baby.
Sweet time. See you, bro.
See ya.
Right. Okay, I'm falling behind again. Never mind. Roosters under strength. Where's that one? Roosters under strength too. Chirp.
It's gonna be
brown paper bags.
So Tedesco's not playing. Did he get the call up? Because I don't follow Origin.
For Origin? Nah, same. Fuck that shit. I'm not into it. No idea, my bro. No idea. Later times. Oh, cheers. That's So to the boys that are in the comments and stuff. So that like our Warriors Fan TV crew, know where my allegiance is in regards to Origin. I was a Kiwis follower before I followed the Warriors. And that's just me. I know it's the pinnacle of Australian rugby league, But it's just, and I'd said this a couple of years ago. The only reason I follow the Maroons, Queensland, is because of the two states. They were the state that showed the Warriors love first back in the day. You know, when you're talking about PJ Marsh, Kevin Campion, they were happy to have Warriors players playing Origin. The Blues, they didn't want to fucking borrow us. The party was like, you know what, fuck you, Lord. I hope Queensland stick it to you.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why I don't follow that.
Yeah, no, and look, I grew up watching.
But yeah, Blues or Maroons. Carry on.
It just needs to catch up. It just needs to catch up. My internet. My internet's a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's caught up now though.
Yeah. Can hear you now, bro. You still there?
Yeah, I grew up watching Origin. I thought Origin was a bit of a mean spectacle, but I think as the years went on, yeah, I felt a bit like, well, how come some of our boys aren't in there?
Yeah, it's a very obvious reason.
And also, I don't want them to go changing rules or anything. That's a very Aussie thing with the Queensland and the New South Wales. That's a beautiful sport.
Yeah.
Awesome sport. You guys keep it. Never change it for eligibility rules. I never want to see that. And I'm sure people who are from New South Wales and Queensland never want to see that either way, right? It's their culture. Right? We talk about culture, talk about kaupapa.
Yeah.
It's their kaupapa.
Yeah.
Don't
it's
change
their
it.
tribe.
It's their tribe.
Fucking,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's your guys' thing. But when you start talking about how it's the pinnacle of this and the pinnacle of that, Sean Johnson on his podcast the other day goes, well, how's it the pinnacle when the Dally M winner last year, who's Jerome Hughes, can't play in it? It's a good point.
Yeah,
good point.
Right, bro.
You can't have, like, if Jerome Hughes was eligible,
bro,
if Jerome Hughes was eligible, I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
Yeah. So kind of, that's just where the whole where my allegiance is at. But that's just because I just love the Kiwis. And so when you ask those Aussies that play for New South Wales or Queensland, if they would you ever turn away a kangaroo jersey? Obviously, the answer is no. They want to rep their country. Yeah, they want to rep their state, but they love the internationals as well. One of the other things I didn't like about Origin was because it gave them a leg up, so they play this 3-game series where they're already battle hardened. So come the international window, when it opens and they play the Poms or us or whoever else, they're already 3 games ahead of us, and they fucking, and that's where the floggings would come out.
Totally.
But it's like, no, put on them, go hard, whoever wins. International is better. Yeah, I'm with you, Tate. Oh, what's that, bro?
I'll have to jump on soon too, bro, because of my mahi.
Okay.
So I'll have to grab a prediction out of the sky. Yeah. Did you see? Who's the winger for Sharks? Mawene?
Not really. Oh, no. Didn't see him.
Mawene Hiroti. Bro, Daniel Tupou scored 2 tries on him from high balls. Bro, he's going to be having nightmares, bro, for the rest of his NRL career, bro, from the weekend, bro. Honestly, bro, it was one of those ones. It was one of those games. There's nothing really much he could have done. When you're up against an elite winger. He's going to be suffering trauma, bro. He's going to have trauma for a while.
Aww.
Now, I'm not taking the piss out of him because I tell you what, Roger or Dallin, Tupou's higher than those two, right?
Yeah.
Now they're gonna be watching their tape, going, bro, this guy was on one. So let's go. I'm stalling with a score prediction. Nothing from the last 6 games is gonna tell me that we're gonna be scoring more than 20 something points. 28 points. But yes, Fish is gonna be back. So that's gotta pay for something, right? Because if we can get into those red zones, man, we've got a chance. Anyway, I reckon I'm gonna go 24-18. 24-18.
Sure.
If we can be ahead at halftime like we had that little breathing room, and then fucking Pompey decided to be offside. If we can have if we can just be ahead, you know, that little bit of confidence going into those dressing rooms, even though it was slight, I think that gives us a bit of a helping hand. But
yeah, bro, absolutely.
It's gonna be a tough one, lads. So, it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, just trying to catch up on those comments. Nah, bro. Whereas Polynesians are more than 50% of the league, or something like that. Eh? Can't just have white Aussies with a smattering of Indigenous bros only. Plenty Polly's born in Oz. Yeah, that's true, my bro.
That's true.
It's very true.
No, like when I say it's Aussie, it's like if you're born in Aussie. That's what I mean by Aussie, right? So it's an Aussie thing. Yeah, I know they whakapapa to Tonga, whakapapa to New Zealand. But as long as they're born there and as long as they've gone through the whole eligibility system, that's what I mean. It's Australian. Those boys will call themselves Australian too, so they should, because they're proud of where they're born, but they're also proud of other things. So that's all I'm saying about that one.
Yeah, 4 p.m. Greg, you're right there, 4 brother. 4 p.m. kickoff, 6 o'clock over here, so it's not a bad time for a Sunday night. Finish your weekend off. Yeah, that's pretty good. What else? What else are the brothers saying?
Yep. Kia ora tahi. It is going to be a mean battle. It is going to be a good battle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
it's going to
bro.
be a mean one. Hey, bro, I'm going to head off. I'm going to head off to work.
Don't even know how many of
I'm going to head off to work.
Okay. Good to see you, Nick.
I've got to have to work.
Thanks
Guys,
for jumping in, bro.
I now live overseas. I now live over in the Netherlands, ripping the Warriors every day. So
nice,
yeah, guys, bro. I'll see you guys on the stream on next Monday in the car.
Good to see you, Nick. Yeah, up the fucking wires, bro.
All
right, go get the bro. All right, looks like I'm single crew. So, you boys in the comments, you can pretty much shoot from the hip now. Well, you're doing it anyway. Oh, girls, guys and girls, no fucking sexist talk here. You fucking just say what you want. Where are we? Gonna be a good battle. Yep. Where we at? Do you think Barney will play? If that's for Origin, yeah, bro. Whether he's a starter or off the bench, I'd put him on as a starter, but that's just me. But Barney's earned it, either or, bro. Barney's earned it. Like, I don't even know who the other New South Wales props forwards are, kind of thing. So Barney's definitely in the mix. Barring injury, Barney will play. Sure. There you go. You heard it first from Nas. Oh, yeah. Good on you, Nick. Yeah. So the bro's in the Netherlands now. He moved last year. And yeah, so like, what time is it? It's 5 to 8 here. It's like 5 to 8 in the morning, Monday morning over there. So the bro's off to mahi. But yeah, when he can, he'll kind of jump in. All you Warriors, bro. All right, very much so, Tahi. Sunday against Rabbitohs. Yeah. So actually, I'll do last week's predictions, eh? Yeah, we're kind of all over the place. So even though Tans is gone now, Tans said 30-24. I said 40-10. God damn. Jacko said 22-16. Kyle said 22-18. Jackie said 28-16. So you got the 16 right there, Jackie. You too, Jacko. Andrew said 26-20. Greg, the bro, loves his odd numbers, said 37-18. Tahi was 19-18. Golden Point. Would go to Golden Point then, 19-18 to the Wires. I think yours is the closest so far, Tahi. Zach, I fucking love your scores, Zach. All right. 58-2 to the Wires. Kelly, 19-12. Oh, actually, might be between you two. Tahi and Kelly. Kelly scored 19-12. Miz, 38-20. Buzzman, 11-10. Oh, okay. There's 3 of you now. Buzzman, 11-10. The 1-pointer. Rangatira said 22-20. Bitcoin. Oh, that's right. These last two said Bitcoin was 36-26 to the Raiders, and Flo was Raiders plus 13. So that was our scores from last week. So if you fellas want to start chucking them up, and I'll do my best to keep up with them, mate. Barney will be back from Origin, just may not play usual minutes. Yep, yeah. Oh, mate, I'll just be happy to have him back in the squad. I think it's going to be a close game. Keep the faith. Absolutely, Greg. Absolutely, my bro. Leave those last week's predictions in the rubbish bin, bro. Checo, yeah, they were all off. Well, except those last two Raiders ones. Barney should back up after Origin. Yeah, a lot of players do, even with the internationals. If there were internationals on, they get on with it. Did I show you one? Where are you, brother? Having a good laugh there, my bro. Okay, Andrew's kicked us off. Andrew, 26-18 to the Wales. 26-18 Wales. Miz. I can almost predict what Zach's going to put, but I'll wait. Miz is 30-24. Sure. Checo. 26-12. Sure. I'm going for smashing Kelly. Sure, I like that, Kelly. Was 44-10. Fuck Rabbitohs. Yeah, I fucking like that. Kelly. Right. 44-10. Sure. You and Zach come up with the mean scores. All right. Where are we, Greg? Greg and your odd numbers, my bro. Your fucking hard case. Right, Greg. 25-31. Actually, I'll do it the other way around. I'll go 31-25 Wales. Right. So while I'm waiting for scores to come in, I'll get my mate Polder and Kyle's scores during the week. But yeah, we'll lock them in. So we are playing. Where are we playing? Playing on Sunday, 6 p.m. kickoff, Accor Stadium, Sydney. That's gonna be a good one. Hopefully our boys are I wonder what the weather conditions are gonna be like. What the weather will be like. Naz, droppy by drop goal. Sure. Oh, Naz, sorry. Naz. Like was 23-16. I got you, bro. Not Waj, was. Right. There was there probably wasn't much more to. Oh, sorry, I was going to mention Aaron when Aaron turned around in the second half and done their bomb. I was just like, oh, this guy, he not only runs it straight, he runs it hard. He's a kicker, but he was. I think he played like back in the day. He was like a half. He's either standoff or a halfback. So, learned something new. The bro knows how to kick bombs. Here we go. Cloudy on Sunday, maybe rain. Okay. Thanks for that, Kelly. Another wet one. Another wet game. Actually, that's pretty much. I had my notes sorted for the Raiders game. We lost. Fuck it. So hey, were you at, my bro? Tahi, 18-12. Nice. Yada. Oh, actually, yeah. A holiday on Monday as well. Okay. To have a hangover. True that, my bro. The old Queen's birthday weekend, which is now King's birthday weekend. So used to calling it Queen's birthday, but it's Bonnie old King Charles. Has taken the reins. So don't forget to tell him happy birthday. Give our land back. Nah. Was there anyone else? Is there anyone else in there? Is there no one else? Okay. While we're waiting for those call lines to come in, the Origin. So yeah, if you're in the Origin, hope you enjoy it. It's it's funny how they talk. Oh, actually, an interesting point from last week too was like so our game, Warriors against Raiders, second playing third, top of the table clash, and none of the Aussie commentary made mention of it. Yeah, no one was just like, yeah. Had it been any other two teams, had we not even been there, then you can guarantee they would have been talking it up all week. So it was just hard case that the Aussies didn't make mention of either. You know, it was you can see it as a slight against us, but it's just like that's just the same old bullshit. I think you missed me again, right? Oh, sorry, Jez. I'm using it and arranging if whether I should go to the Wild versus Bunnies game. Oh, sure. You live in Aussie, bro. 22-18. Bro, if you're there, if you're in Sydney and stuff, bro, there'll be give us a roaming report, my friend. 22-18 miles. Did I miss you last week, bro? Oh, I did too. Fuck. My bad, Braver. My bad. Right. Who else? Who else on the comments thing? Who else is gonna be there? If you're there, bro. Oh, Tahi, nice. Man, I'll tell you, when we hear the Warriors fans going off and stuff, like, because we can only watch it from our couches or the pub or whatever. But when the fans are going for it, it's just the best thing. Seeing our fans ripping hard and they're loud as fuck, and it's just like, bro, they it's like the Warriors are very much everyone's second favorite team. Well done, awesome show. No, all good, Greg. All good, my bro. Yeah, because that might be a wrap for tonight, eh? Nice, Jazzy. Get through to these last ones. Nah, a fair few called our game of the week, Cody. Oh, did they? Yeah, I'm in Sydney at the moment, bro. Okay. Oh no, I mean like the week leading into Sunday's game. There was fuck all on the media about this top of the table clash, And yeah, I mean, if they've done the shout outs, then they've done the shout outs. Then yeah, okay, fair enough, bro. And Jazz, all good, still. Chirp, all good, my bro. Where you at, Nas? Cheers for the stream. Nah, all good, bro. Yeah, I'm down to the single crew now. But yeah, so Rabbitohs come Sunday, 6 o'clock kickoff. King's birthday weekend. Whatever you fellas are doing, wherever you're at, I hope you have a good long weekend. Make the most of it. Yeah, that's pretty much us. We'll call that's full time. That's us for tonight. So enjoy the rest of your week, whatever you're up to. And if you get a chance, do kind of check out the other Warriors podcast. There's some really, really good ones out there. I like listening to the Warriors waffle. I forgot the fellas' names, but they're crack up. Even the Kiwi NRL's podcast, they do some mean shout outs too. Don't forget these. Chuck them up before we go. But cheers, always fun banter, bro. Yeah, bro, absolutely, Jacob, absolutely. I'll be watching on my TV at home. We're having some beers. Good call, Greg. I'll probably end up. Might just if I'm not at the local pub somewhere, then yeah, I'll probably just watch it at home. But definitely want to watch with. It's just cool when you can watch it with the crew. Thank you, Earl. Good to have you back. All good, Tay. Good that you're on. Good that you're on board, brother. Earl battling solo. You mahi, man. Yeah, it's better when there's a crew, because then you can hear everyone's opinions and you fellas that jump on the comments. Like, it's just me that you fellas can and I will try and do my best to keep up with you, say. Game is 4 p.m. New Zealand time. Oh, I thought that was 4 p.m. over there. Like 6 o'clock over here, Andrew. Might have to suss that one out, eh? Where we are. You're a good man for plugging other parties. They shut you fellas out. Oh, Joe. Oh, I just love listening to them. Like I will literally listen to them because some of them come out like tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, before the weekend. So you kind of always get really good. It's just insightful what other fans kind of pick up and stuff. And there's some really, really good ones. Thanks, Phil. I'll be watching on TV at home with some KFC. Ooh, KFC's the go, bro. That sounds mean. I think you've just inspired me, bro. Instead of watching it at the pub, go home, KFC, park up, see if the boys want to come over. Right, like I said, that's us. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Like always, up the fucking wires, baby. Go the fucking Warriors. Have a good weekend. Have a good week, fellas. I'll see you next week. Okay, true. I think it's all.